In Module 4, we have covered the sources, collection, treatment, and disposal of biomedical waste, e waste. In today's class, we are going to concentrate more on the construction waste. Okay, now as the population is increasing, each and every person requires a shelter. Okay, for shelter, what he is going to do is he is going to construct the houses. Okay, not only the houses for his survival or to run his day-to-day life, he will also require some of the industries. For both the industries or might be whatever to run his day-to-day life, he may be using some offices for his day-to-day activity. Again, marketplaces. All these, uh, the construction, without construction, the man cannot imagine his life. For survival, for his day-to-day activities, he want some structures. Okay, so for in order to lead his day-to-day life, he will be constructing the structures along with some of the demolition. So there is a huge amount of construction waste is going to be generated on this particular mother earth. Okay, so managing the construction waste is one of the challenging problems. Okay, because these are, most of them are non biodegradable kind of a waste. So if we throw it, they are not going to biodegrade on their self. Okay, so the managing these particular construction waste is going to be very important aspect, and it is not as specially treated as your radioactive waste or any other kind of a waste. These are non reactive. That means they, even though might be only the metal that may react and that may corrode, but these are generally non-harmless to the people. But if we continuously, if we are going to generate these kind of waste without having the proper disposal, then they may create a problem, because as and when we are going to produce a waste, and if we are not going to dump these particular waste at a proper places, then it may create a problem. So we need to dump these particular waste, construction waste, at a properly we need to have it. Okay, we need to maintain it. Okay, so construction waste means, first of all, we'll see what is a construction waste. We are going to see the definition of it or the meaning of it. What is the construction waste? Okay, now the construction waste means any substance, matter, or a thing which is generated as a result of construction work and abandoned, whether or not it has been processed or stockpiled before being abandoned. It is a mixture of surplus materials arising from the clearance, excavation, construction, refurbishment, and then renovation, demolition, and any kind of road works. Okay, so any work you take, right from extraction, right from construction, right from your excavation, right, and till the finishing, you will be producing n number of your construction waste. For example, when you are going to excavate, you will be of course you are going to excavate and you are going to get some soil, and of course you are going to use it. Then might be while construction you are going to have you are going to place it on a road sometimes. So what happens is, you are continuously, you are going to increase the waste in the during the construction. India generates about 10 to 12 million tons of waste annually, right? Major components of the construction materials are, right, your cement, bricks, then cement plaster, steel, then stone, then might be timber and plastic, iron, pipes, okay, etc. About 50% these waste are currently recycled in India, and 70% of the construction industry in India is not aware of recycling techniques. That over 70% of the construction waste are inert and are known as a public fill. Okay, now public fill includes debris, rubble. Okay, so all these kind of debris and all, we may be use in the plinth filling and all, we may use it, but there are some of the waste which are continuously we are going to generate, and if we are going to have too much amount of debris, then there may be less place that will be available in order to dispose it. Okay, now the construction waste is normally combined with the demolition waste, and together we call it as an construction and demolition waste. See, when we are going to construct, we are going to produce some of the construction waste, and then we are going to demolish, we are going to get a huge amount of concrete or a huge amount of waste material that may be getting disposed. So we call, whenever we are going to construct, we call it as a construction waste, and if we demolish something, from whatever the waste that we are going to get from that demolition, we call it as an demolition waste. So we are going to see some of the sources. Now we have got the definition, kind of a materials that we are going to develop from these construction waste. Now we are going to see some of the sources and causes of its construction waste. Okay, first one is contractual. Okay, error in contract document. Due to this, we are going to get some amount of construction waste, because if in the contract, suppose if a person is between the your contractor and between the owner of that particular house or any property, if there is an error in the contract, because if the specified thing on paper is one and whatever the material that has been procured is different, then that particular material that has been brought from the market, and if suppose if it is not used, then they may return it, but if it is used, and then it will be again, if a owner of that particular building, he tell the contractor to remove that because it is not up to the specified as per the specifications, then it is going to be converted into waste, because whenever when we are going to utilize in the building, then we need to break it. So once we are going to break it, that will be completely turned into a waste. So here from the contract, we are going to get some amount of waste. Next comes the design part. Now design changes. So for example, sometimes there is a change in the design. So if it is not constructed, if with the inaccurate or the improper design, if the building is not constructed, then it's fine. But if once we are going to construct it with the improper design, then again we came to know earlier, then we need to demolish, then huge amount of construction waste you are going to get it. Then design and constructional errors. Okay, due to the construction error also, suppose due to the lack of poor management or lack of poor workmanship, if we demolish some of the waste material, then we are going to, normally we will be getting the huge amount of construction waste. Then unclear or unsuitable specifications. If specifications is not properly written, and if unsuitable specification, if we add into our building, and if we construct with that particular unsuitable specification, then it will be converted into waste. Then procurement, when ordering, due to the ordering error, if you procure some, if you have written something and if you order something, and whenever you have ordered something and you have constructed it, then again you need to break it. Okay, then you are going to get some amount of construction error. Now transportation error, due to here we are going to have the damage during transportation. See, your tiles and all these are very sensitive. So if it is tiles or any your bathroom fixtures, right, such as your commode and then other things, if it is breaked during the construction part, then it is you are going to create the compulsory damage to that particular building material, and it cannot be recovered once again. So it is a permanent waste. Then insufficient protection, due to the insufficient protection also, once if the material is cracked, then it is permanently damaged. So you are not going to get the construction waste once again. On-site management, lack of on-site management plans, improper planning, okay, improper planning of the quantities, then lack of supervision. Due to the lack of supervision, you are going to produce the improper quality of output you are going to get. Then again you need to break it. From that particular thing, again you are going to get some of the waste. Then material storage. inappropriate site storage. For example, if you are going to store the cement in a moist condition, then that particular cement will be get hardened, and that particular cement you cannot use it for the construction, and whatever the cement you have stored it in the moisture, it will be off, and it cannot be used it once again, and it ultimately it is going to be converted into waste. Then site operations, poor craftsmen. Okay, if the workmanship is not proper, then again, if the engineer or if the owner, if he sees it and then he may again try to demolish it, then again you are going to get the waste. Then equipment malfunction, if you are going to have some equipment malfunction, then if you are going to construct the say anything, then if the equipment is not working properly, then again whatever the material, for example concrete you want to cast, but the mixture or some error in pumping, then again that that concrete is getting hardened, and ultimately it is going to be converted into the waste. Then your residual from the processes and packages and other you are going to have the due to the improper weather condition, then you may also get some amount of the waste material. Okay, so these are the sources and causes of the construction waste. Now we are going to see the materials observed and estimated as a part of a construction waste. Okay, wood we are going to get as a waste, wood materials that are predominantly new wood from new construction. This may include plywood, chipwood, okay, and then dimensional shavings and all, we are going to get it. And then reuse of the timbers, large dimension lumber, plywood, floorings, moldings of these we may get it. Then gypsum walled board we are going to have. Then bricks, reuse clean in historical restoration projects, okay, we can use it. These are the different kinds of waste material that we are going to have from the construction waste. Then recycling and reuse, some of the construction all the waste can be, we can reuse it. Okay, reuse of bricks, stone, timber, conduits, piping, and then extent possible and depending upon their condition. Plastic, broken glass, scrap metal can be used for recycling. Let's see, plastics, broken glass, and then metal we can send it for the recycling. Large unstable pieces can be sent for again low lying areas, then for filling. Then fine materials such as sand, dust can be used as a cover material over the sanitary landfill. Excavated soil can be used creatively in the landscaping developments. So all the waste material inside your construction can be sent for the recycling purpose also. Okay, next is recovery and the landfill. We are going to see conversion of non-recyclable waste. Okay, it can be sent for the landfilling. Reuse, public fill at public areas, reclamation. Landfill is the least preferred option, right? You can have normally you can see that the construction waste where least it is going to be sent for the landfilling, because you can use a huge amount of construction waste into the plinth filling, right? Or say you can utilize it for the filling purpose. So normally we are not going to send these particular construction waste for the landfilling. So this is we have completed the construction waste. In the next class we are going to see regarding the hazardous waste, its source, what are the different materials, then its disposal methods, right? All these things we are going to see regarding the hazardous waste, and will try to complete the module 4 in the next class.